There is a new Star Wars game that has just been announced today. On a new blog post on the official Star Wars website, they discuss the company that they'll be working with, what type of game it will be, and what we can expect from it in the future. But most importantly, the people behind this game also worked on the cancelled Star Wars game, Project Ragtag. All of this information and more in today's video. Amy Hennig and the Skydance New Media have announced that they're working on a new Star Wars game with Lucasfilm Games. And this game is going to be an action-adventure featuring a heavily narrated-driven story with it. Very similar to what we heard about Star Wars Eclipse a couple of months ago. However, what's really interesting about this video game is the people who are working on it. Amy Hennig has worked on huge projects in the past 30 years, being the creative director and lead writer for Naughty Dog's Uncharted game series, and also worked on one of my personal favorites, Jak and Daxter. Another big name working on this project is Julian Beek. Now, this guy has been working with Disney in the past, but he's worked on projects like Little Big Planet, The Lion King, and Toy Story. So we've got some really high-level professionals from the film and game industry coming together with this project. In the blog post, Amy Hennig states, "I've often described how seeing Star Wars in 1977 essentially rewired my 12-year-old brain, shaping my creative life and future indelibly." But besides the fact that she was around during the original trilogy release, the rest of the article is just PR fluff with each company patting each other on the backs. One last tidbit of information on the article, however, states that this isn't the first project that Skydance Media is working on with Disney. They also mentioned that Skydance Media is also working on a new Marvel game as well. For those of you who believe that the name sounds very familiar, you'd be right in thinking so, as Skydance is also an animation studio that have worked on a ton of films and TV shows. Stuff like Top Gun Maverick, The Adam Project, and Reacher are just to name a few. So to see them entering into the gaming sphere is extremely exciting to see. Besides that, that is all the information we have on this new game. It looks like it hasn't even hit pre-production yet. So out of all of the Star Wars games that have been announced in the past 12 months, it looks like this one will be last on the list in terms of coming out. So don't expect this game to have any trailers or gameplay showcases in the near future. But if you're interested to know more about this project, Amy Hennig actually worked on a previous Star Wars game before. That game being Project Ragtag, that started development in 2013 and then was showed off very briefly 3 years later. It was a very linear narrative Star Wars game about a large-scale heist, taking place just after the events of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. It was made by Visceral Games, and believe it or not, we only have 8 seconds of the gameplay to show you.
Realize her world.
And that is it. That's all we got to see of Project Ragtag, and a lot of people were really excited for this. Unfortunately, the game was shut down by EA on October 2017, and there was news that it was being rebooted by EA Vancouver to become an open world title, but that didn't really get off the ground and we didn't hear any more from that either. A lot of people were bummed out about Project Ragtag being cancelled, because remember, this was shut down before Jedi Fallen Order was even announced, meaning Star Wars fans had not seen a really strong single-player narrative game in the Star Wars universe for years at this point. But now that the exclusive contract with EA is ending next year, it looks like Lucasfilm Games is taking full advantage of that and have just pretty much queued up 5 to 6 new Star Wars games that'll be coming out in the next 5 to 6 years. So it's a really good time to be a Star Wars gaming fan right now. So this is the total list of Star Wars games that have been announced recently. We had Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, come out this month. We have Star Wars Hunters for the Nintendo Switch coming out this summer. We have Jedi Fallen Order 2 either coming out this Christmas or early next year. Then we can expect the KOTOR remake to come out in late 2023. Ubisoft's unannounced Star Wars game coming out 1 or 2 years later. EA's free Star Wars Wars games they announced earlier on, as well as Skydance's new Star Wars game that was just announced today. So almost 10 Star Wars games out in the open right now, one already released. But this is where I pass the question over to you guys. What do you think about this project? Do you need more information before you can make an opinion? Are you excited for this? Personally, I'm quite intrigued. I absolutely loved the Jak and Daxter series that Amy worked on. And when it comes to these strong single-player narrative games, it's absolutely my jam. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I read all of them and I'll get back to some of you as well. But besides that, guys, I have been Charlie. You've been watching EcksToo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.